In our rapidly evolving world, how can community colleges, technical schools, and state agencies harness the potential of artificial intelligence to better serve all communities? Let's explore how integrating AI into public service can expand accessibility, amplify human empathy, and prepare us for a future of abundant knowledge. Generative AI offers immense possibilities, especially in education. For students of all learning levels, abilities, and linguistic backgrounds, AI-powered tools can create personalized learning experiences, support language translation, and enhance accessibility, making education equitable and inclusive. Future-proofing these AI solutions is crucial. Through intentional, human-centered design, we can adapt technology as our needs evolve, ensuring these systems remain relevant, ethical, and supportive of community goals over time.
Meet Dolly. She's the board chair of the State Board for Community and Technical Colleges. Dolly is passionate about providing equitable, cutting-edge tools to educators across Washington.
Rather than sitting in her office and generating a report, Dolly decided to get back to her roots, and she took a day to sit in a real-life classroom at Evergreen Community College. In this classroom, Dolly was able to get a feel and sense for how students may be actually using AI in the classroom today. Dolly answered questions on the board, she took notes, she even brought her laptop with her so she could look up answers directly with ChatGPT just to get a feel for how much faster it could be rather than Googling or even knowing the answer. Dolly was astounded by the results. She took some time at the end of the class to talk to students and get feedback on how they're actually using AI today without any consequences related to breaking the student code of conduct. She wanted to just see how students are actually using AI and not just find out what they're telling their teachers. She was impressed by a sketch that a student used to create an AI-generated poster showing the fossilization process. The student's original sketch was great, but the final result using AI was astounding. This poster is super clear, very visual, and took much less time to color than it would have taken to purchase some coloring pencils and color by hand. The next student described how over the course of a few months, her and her partner used AI to generate blueprints for a robotic all-terrain vehicle. This vehicle was designed for school staff to maintenance the facility, and it also is designed to be autonomous. Using AI, not only was she able to generate a design, but they were also able to program this vehicle, and they also repurposed an existing vehicle that was already on school's campus. So they saved a lot of money, time, and effort, all by using AI to help them do the initial research, design, and development. Another student spoke on how they used AI to generate footage of an endangered bird species that they had to present on. The background footage perfectly set the tone during their presentation. There was the filmography student who used AI to generate footage to go along with their fantasy film. And some students were using AI and their own tools to dive deeper than the textbooks would ever allow. Dolly was able to take the insights that she learned in the classroom back to the office where her colleagues were able to discuss and ultimately form policies that perfectly matched what the students needed in the classroom.
Meet Professor Alex. He's excited about the State Board's new AI-friendly policy. Alex sees great potential in integrating AI to enhance student learning.
Alex recently used his Syllabus to create a personal AI for his classroom. This allows the students to reach out to the AI and clarify questions about their assignments anytime they're at home. Professor Alex got extremely excited when he heard that his school would be adopting ChatGPT EDU. While he's already been using ChatGPT for the last year, the EDU version is specific to his school and gives him the confidence that everything he is doing is both secure and compliant. Let's take a look at how Professor Alex can use ChatGPT EDU to create a GPT, or a personalized AI specific to his class based on his syllabus. In ChatGPT, Professor Alex has already started creating the syllabus for this year. We can see his course description, course objectives, required text, how he grades, and the weekly schedule. At the end of this chat, he used ChatGPT to create a docx, or a Word document that contains his syllabus. Let's download it and take a look. All right, it looks pretty good. ChatGPT has already handled the formatting and bolding of any text, and otherwise, this is pretty legible. Now, let's take this document and open it in ChatGPT to create our GPT. The first step would be to click Explore GPTs on the top left corner. Here, we can see my GPTs as well as other featured or trending GPTs created by other users. Let's go ahead and create our first GPT. We'll tap Create, and it's pretty simple. We use a chat interface here on the left-hand side to create a new GPT, or a custom AI model, on the right side. So on the left side here, let's keep it pretty simple. I would like to use my syllabus to create a GPT for my students that can help them complete assignments by better understanding how to approach the assignment. I do not want this AI to give the students the answers to their homework. Oops. Instead, it should be a guide that assists them in any language. All right, so we'll start there, and we can also add in our syllabus to our first chat here. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We'll go ahead and upload our syllabus. There we go. And now we can send our message. All right, so now it's updating our GPT. Essentially, it's giving it a system prompt based on the description we provided. We'll take a look at that once it's done. Now, it would like us to create a name for our GPT. It suggested calling it Assignment Guide GPT. That sounds pretty good. Now, it's going to make a profile picture. That way, we always know when we're talking to this model, and it's really easy to point out. Here's the profile picture for Assignment Guide GPT. Would you like to make any changes to its appearance and style? Now, because our class, our syllabus, is based on the Washington National Parks, it created a logo that matches something like that. I think this looks pretty good for now, so we will just tell it perfect. All right, now our GPT is created. That's it. We can actually test this out in the preview here, but before we do that, let's click on the Configure tab, and you can see how this all works. So we have our Assignment Guide GPT, it has a description, and it has some instructions that, again, we didn't quite write, but it was based on our original intent. Perfect. We also have some conversation starters here to help students get started if they have no idea what to start asking. So let's see, what assignment should I be working on for week 4? And look at that, right away for week 4, it looks like our focus is on Indigenous histories and land displacement. Really, really simple to turn our syllabus into a working GPT. And now this is available for all of our students once we publish it. We'll tap the Create button here. We can publish this for only me, anyone with a link, or we can publish it to the GPT store so that it's available for anyone with ChatGPT. Let's actually go ahead and publish this to the GPT store. That way it's extremely easy for our students to find, but for privacy, you can always publish it with anyone with the link, and that way only the people you give a link to will be able to access this. And that's it. We've published our GPT, and now we can copy the link to share with our students. Meet Casey. He's a student in Professor Alex's class. Because English is his second language, sometimes he has a little trouble understanding the assignment clearly. Tonight's one of those nights. His assignment is due at midnight, and Casey still doesn't quite understand the assignment. Luckily for him, Professor Alex created the class's AI, which understands every language, including Casey's first language, Indonesian.
Bisakah Anda menjelaskan bagian ini tentang referensi akademik?
Can you explain this section about academic referencing?
Tentu, referensi akademik merupakan cara untuk mengakui sumber informasi atau ide yang kita gunakan dalam karya tulis kita. Dengan mencantumkan referensi,
At the end of the voice conversation, Casey can always refer back to the transcript, allowing him to easily copy and paste any of the text if he needs to. Using advanced voice mode, Casey was quickly able to translate the instructions to his native language without giving away the answer. This is why creating a custom GPT was so important to Professor Alex. While he didn't specify a language, he didn't have to. AI speaks just about every language. However, he did specify that the AI should never give students the answers to their homework and instead only provide them with instructions clarifying exactly how they could complete the assignment. It's super helpful and it doesn't break the learning patterns that Casey has already established.
AI has become a powerful ally for educators and students alike. Dolly, Professor Alex, and Casey exemplify how AI can empower learning, ensuring every student has the support they need to succeed.